Tuesday? అవును.
చెప్పాలా మరి.
Make sure to mute your audios. Okay, so let us try to understand how to create MVC project. Click on file new and then project. So once you click on file new project, you will see one open dialog box like this. Select ASP.NET web application here and say MVC sample for all students, or maybe I'll say .NET batch 63 to maybe 71. Now once I click on OK, one more window will be opened like this. So here you have to select MVC4, okay, or this MVC template. Click on OK. So once you click on OK, you have to select MVC there. Okay. Then click on OK. It must open a new project. Right. So once the new project is created, you must be able to see. You must be able to see. Yeah. Please avoid talking, or maybe avoid enabling your audio. Okay. So that it will be really good to explain the concepts. Yeah. So here you can able to see my MVC project. Okay. So in the MVC project, you can able to see the default generated controller and the default generated content, default generated app start, and default generated models. But anyhow, no model is present, and default generated views folder is there. Okay. Now what we will do is we will try to create some more folders. Okay. So first, let me create something called as repository folder. So in this repository folder, I am going to write the code which will be useful for interacting with the database. So what I will do here is I just right click on this, click on add, and then click on new item. So once I click on new item, you must be able to see new window here. Here you select data and then select ADO.NET Entity Data Model, because I am going to use ADO.NET Entity Data Model for writing this MVC code. I will just give the name. 1 minute. First I will open my database table. So this is my server name. I'll select ADO.NET Entity Model and I will say DB maybe DB 59 maybe 60 61 model, because that is my database name. DB 59 60 61 is my database table name or a database name to which I am going to connect. So I am going to connect to this database DB 59 60 61. You can give any meaningful name later point of time. Okay. So here I have patient table. Select star from patient. So my patient table is there, and make sure that your table will be having primary key column. In case if your table is not having primary key column, obviously your code may not work. So my table is having primary key constraint, and hence the entity framework will definitely work. Entity model will work. So let me click on OK. Now it will open one more window. So I must select entity framework designer from database. So let me click on next. Then let me create new connection. My server name is this. Then I copy pasted that server name. Then just wait for some time. You will get the name of the databases whichever is available in this server. So select this DB 59 60 61. If you don't have any database, you are free to create your own database. Click on test connection. Yes, connection is working. Now click on OK. So once you click on OK, you will see the connection string which is getting stored in the web.config file under this name. In case if you want to change the connection string name, you can change it. See here, as of now, I am not explaining anything new in MVC. So this is just related to entity framework which we have already discussed. Now let me click on next. Then I'll use entity framework 6 only. Let me click on next. In case if you are having something else, obviously you can use something else. Pluralize or singularize generated object names. Include foreign key columns in the model. So import selected stored procedures and functions into the entity model. So all these things are selected. Now let me select all the tables, and if required even stored procedures also. Since in this application I am not going to deal with any stored procedures, I'll just avoid selecting stored procedures. Even if you want, you can select, not an issue. So click on finish. So once you click on finish, so it has created EDMX file with one table, patient table. Okay. In case if you want to change any of your table names or modify anything, you can directly change it over. Okay. So automatically the properties will get updated. Okay. I don't know why it is not changing. Okay. So let me go back. Now what I will do here is I will try to see this EDMX file got added over here. I'll just place it inside the repository. I just dragged and dropped this EDMX file into the repository. Right. So EDMX file got added into the repository. Now what I will do is I just don't need to create any kind of model because already this EDMX is having required files. You can see the files over here. 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. Here we don't need to create any model because the model got already created here. So this is the file. Okay. So this is your model. So I already told you that model is replica to your database table. So already model is there. So model is present in this particular namespace. MVC samples for db6371.repository. Okay. Right. Now after this, what you need to do here is you need to go for controller. Okay. Yesterday we understood the data flow sequence diagram. First, let me explain what I am going to do. Okay, so that you will understand. So why I am writing that code and what is the purpose of that code, you can able to clearly understand. So let me open my MVC training manual. Yesterday we were discussing about this one, data flow. We will be talking about data flow from database to user. So now currently I wanted to fetch the data present in database and I wanted to display the list of patient details to the users. Okay, so my current patient table data is available here. My current patient table data is available here. So from there I am going to fetch the data. I will store that data in the model. I will send that model to the controllers action method, and from there I will send the data to the view. Okay, and from there I will send the model data to the response, and finally I will try to display the output in the browser. Okay, so that is what I am going to do. Okay, so that is my first activity, but to get better understanding, I will just try to show you exactly what I am going to do. See here, this is my patient table, correct? So what I will do is this patient table data, whatever is available in the database, I will try to display it into the browser in the tabular format. I will try to display the data into the browser in the tabular format. That is what I am trying to do actually by using MVC application. So let me execute this code, or let me implement this code. I already got the model in the repository. So because of using that entity framework, I already got model. So I don't need this model folder at all because my model is there in the repository. Okay. So this model folder is of no use. Now let us go to the controller. So let me click on add. Remember, whatever the data flow sequence you are having, the same sequence we need to follow while implementing the code. So right click on the controller, click on add, and then click on controller. Click on controller. Then select MVC5 controller. Make sure to select empty. That will be better. Click on add. Then once you click on add, right here you can able to see the controller name. So where default only selected, controller is not selected because controller suffix is mandatory for all controller files. Now tell me, you are dealing with which table data? Currently you are dealing with which table data? Obviously
Patient.
yes, you are correct.
Patient, sir.
And hence the proper name for this controller can be patient controller. Click on add. So anyhow it is showing scaffolding. So scaffolding means it will create required folders. You can see this here. If you go to the views folder, automatically patient folder is created. So that is the effect of the scaffolding. Okay. So in general, scaffolding will create automatically required folder structure, as well as in case if you have selected the option to automatically include view, even that view will be added into your patient folder, whatever. So I created patient controller. Now tell me what I need to do here. What I need to do in the controller? I wanted to fetch list of patients data, and I wanted to display that list of patients data to the end users. So when you are dealing with a list of patients, so it is better to give the action method name as list. Okay. See, already this controller name is patient controller. It means that it will be dealing with patient data. Correct? So inside this patient controller class, you create list action method. Okay. So these are the best naming conventions what we are going to use. So create list action method. Now what we need to do? We have to fetch the patient table data. Okay, all the patient table data. So in order to fetch the entire patient table data, you must get this model context. Okay, so create the object for this entities, DB 59, 60, 61 entities. Create object for this. Click on this. Click on repository. Then you give the name as entities is equals to new entities. So tell me who created this class? Who created this class? DB 59, 60, 61 entities. Who created?
Compilers.
All right. So it is automatically created because of the EDMX file. Okay. So I added the entity data model, correct? So I used entity framework to generate the models. So that is the reason why it is automatically generated. So this is generated by the Visual Studio. Okay. You can see that in the entities, sorry, inside the repository. So I created the object for that. Now tell me, how can I fetch the patient's data? All patients data I wanted to retrieve. So tell me, how can I retrieve? Very simple. I already told you sometime back when I am explaining the entities framework. So each table will be converted into one property. Okay. So what is the property name over here? What is my property? It has created the property with the name patients1. I don't know why it is creating the property with the name patients1. So let me use this property. So now I have to use entities dot patients1 dot to list of use patient class and then this. So automatically because of this code, so you will get the entire patient's data in the list format to the controller. Now I create list of patient over here. Then I say list of patients. I just say list, or maybe I can say list of patients. Okay. List patient can be better because already it is list. Now what I need to do? So this code will fetch the complete list of patients into my action method. Okay. So when I call this to list and all those things, I will get the list of patients here. Now what I need to do? Tell me what is my next step. As per the diagram only I am going to code. Tell me what is my next step. Here I just eliminated the model manager because I am using my repository. So you can consider your repository as third party model manager. Okay. So this part I eliminated in my coding. This part I eliminated. So this part I eliminated. So in place of this, I used a repository and I used entity framework. Now I am getting my data into my controller. So my action method is receiving the model data. So in this particular case, it is not one model, it is list of patient models. List of patient models will be coming over. So if you want, you can observe here. Observe. Go to the code. Here I am getting list of patients. Now tell me what is my next operation? What is my next task? So once I get the data into my controller's action method, so once I get the data here, tell me what is the next step. So once I get the data here, I must send that data to the view. Correct? As per this diagram only I am talking. Okay. I am not explaining anything. Okay. So I must send the data to the view. So how can I send the data to the view? It is simple. In MVC, if you want to send the data to the view, you have to call a special method called as view method. What is the method name? View method. The method name itself is view method. So there is a method called as view. Already it is given. So into this view method, you pass whatever the data you wanted to pass it to the view. We just pass it. Okay. And remember, always the action method's return type must be action result. As of now, anyhow, there are many things which you can able to understand once you start digging more into MVC. Okay. So in the basic level, remember your action method must return usually either action result object or any object which inherits from action result. Okay. Now what I am doing here, by calling this return view method, by passing this list patient data, I am actually passing this list patient data to the view. Okay. So remember, now my view name must be same as this action method. So let me go to observation is important here. So now I am returning the view. So and to that view I am sending this data. I am passing this list patient as the input into the view. But what is the name of the view? What is the name of the view? What must be the name of the view? Any guess? What must be the name of the view? Any guess? If you guess, please type. Any guess? Please type. No, no. The view name must be same as your action method name. Okay. So your view name must be same as your action method name. What is the name of the action method? List. Okay. So you go to views folder. Right. Very good. So go to views folder, go to patient folder. This folder name must be same as this controller's prefix. This one and this one must match. Now inside this patient folder, you need to create a view. What must be the name of the view? List. So click on, right click on the patient folder, click on add view. Now here for better understanding of your MVC and for easy coding, what I will do, I will not dig too much into the MVC concepts. I want you to feel that MVC is easy. So what I will do, I'll just give the name as list. Okay, my view name must be list, and let me select the view model. Okay, so template must be list because I am going to display list of data, and here you use model class as patient. So where this model class is available? Model class is available in the repository. Select that same model class. Okay, and then you click on data context is required. Context is required, so you can use this context also, but anyhow not really required, I feel. Okay, so click on add. So fine, not an issue. I just remove this, then I click on OK. Right, see, in the patient folder I right clicked. Let me explain the action. I clicked on add and then I clicked on view. After that, I have given the name of the view as a list and I selected the template as a list. So when you select the template, automatically it will give the required coding. Okay, so list is selected and I selected the model class as patient, which is automatically generated. Okay, after that I clicked on add. So in case if you want, I can do it one more time. I can remove this and I can do it one more time so that you can able to do the same thing and you can see the output. Right click on patient folder in the view, click on add, click on view, and then give the view name as a list, and then give the view name as, template name as list, and then select model class as patient, then click on add. Done. So once you do all these activities, you must be able to see some code over here. Okay, so in fact this code is technically called as a razor code because you can able to see @ symbols before your coding. Okay, so you can able to see some code over here, so some for each loop and something. Okay, so now what I will do, I will try to execute this code. Okay, so my coding is done. Now let me execute this code. Okay. Okay, now you are able to see this default output because, okay, this output is coming from default action method and then default view. Okay, so now what I want is I wanted to get the output of this list action method present in this patient controller. I already told you that in your MVC application you must use controller name. What is my controller name? What is my controller name? Patient. It is not patient controller, it is just patient. And what is my action method name? List. I already told you in MVC we need to call the action method present in the controller. In ASP.NET we will be calling the .aspx page directly. Okay, hope you understood. Now you typed patient over here and you typed list over here, then you click on enter. So once you click on enter, the request will come to this action method. Remember, in ASP.NET request will come to .aspx page. In MVC request will come to the action method. Okay, so now let me click on enter button here. So now the request is coming to the list action method present in the patient controller. Now these entities will be executed. Now you must be able to see list of patients. How many patients are there? 7 patients. You can able to see that data. Now this list of patients will be passed to the view. Now view will receive that list of patients. See, this is the list view present in the patient folder. So in the patient folder, list is there. Now this code will be executed. So once this code execution is completed, you must be able to see the output like this, right? So am I getting the output? One, the PID values, FNAME, LNAME, age, BC, all those things. Apart from this, even you are able to see edit details and delete also. Okay. So anyhow, we will talk about this edit screen, and then yeah. So we will be talking about this details screen, and then we will be talking about delete screen, and then create new in the next session. Okay. So yeah. I'm just missing your video panel actually. So I'm not able to see anyone there. Okay. I don't know why. Right. Okay. So I know that you're able to see me. Yeah. Right. Good. So so whatever the recording happened. Okay. So I'm going to share it with you. So I recommend you to execute the same thing, and you can able to see the output like this. Okay. So in the next session again we will be continuing. So I will yeah. So in the next session we'll be continuing, and in the next session I will explain how to implement edit screen, detail screen, and delete screen, and create new also. Okay. So thank you all today. I will see you, and I will upload this into the YouTube, and I will give you the link for these things. Okay. So thank you. So tomorrow I will see you same time. Okay. 12 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.